Today I want to talk about a topic that pertains to us as Africans and as black people in general, particularly those of us who migrate from Africa to Canada, the UK, North America, etc., or migrate from Africa to any of these Western European countries, and we come with our already groomed ideas of family life and of bringing up children. And we already, particularly those of us who came here when we're already in our 20s and above, and we've already been trained by our parents and brought up in Africa, and we've been trained in the culture of Africa, the ways of doing things. And then we come to Canada or to any of these Western European countries or the US, and then we experience probably what might be called a culture shock, all right, whereby over here the reverence given to parents in Africa is not the same as the reverence given to parents over here. The mannerisms, the culture, the behavior, the way parents are dressed, the way adults are dressed, it's not the same way we were brought up when we were in Africa or in Ghana. In my case, in Ghana, there are little things. For instance, in Ghana, as a sign of respect, you don't look an elder in the eye. Okay, you don't look an elder in the eye when he's talking to you. You don't look into his face. You look elsewhere and you listen to what he has to say. You don't talk back when you're talking to your parents or even an elderly person. You don't talk back. There's absolute respect and decorum for parents, for anyone who's older than you. If you are riding on a bus and an elderly person comes in and you're the younger person, you get off your seat and give the elder person the seats to sit on. That's the way we were brought up as Africans and as Ghanaians and as black people in Africa. But then we come here, okay, and then we realize that life here is different. People here call you by your first name. You find out that your children, if you don't teach them to call you dad or mom, they start calling you by your first name, which is a big no-no in Africa. You don't call your parents by their first name. It's not allowed. You don't speak unless you're spoken to. And this particularly happens between the years of, should I say, 0 all the way until you're probably 21 and above. Then your parents begin to ease restrictions and ease their hands a little bit, probably after 21. But that is in Africa, or in Ghana to be precise. But here, we find ourselves in a situation whereby the way of bringing up children in Africa, or Ghana for that matter, doesn't necessarily work altogether here. So how do we blend the best of both worlds? The way children are brought up here, as against the way children are brought up where we came from. How do we marry the two to ensure that at the end of the day, our children grow up in the fear of the Lord, our children grow up living the right way, so that they don't learn and copy bad things on either side. In other words, if our children are born here in Canada or born in the US, they would definitely, and they go to school in these countries, they would definitely pick up the behavior patterns, the mannerisms of Canada or wherever they have been born into. And as parents, I think the time has come for us to begin to maintain, yes, the principles of bringing up our children the way we were brought up, but then maybe we need to change the methods. The methods have to change, whereby we no more use the rod as a tool of punishment, but more of we begin to show our children that actions have consequences, and to sit them down and to talk with them about actions and consequences, and also to try and do it without getting angry, because most of us get caught up in getting angry and speaking out of outburst and speaking out of fear of what could go wrong with the children and speaking out of anger. It's happened to the best of us. All because we wish the best for our children. That's just to let you know that I'm a real person. So let us combine both the principles of our upbringing, but let us change the methods. The methods have to change. And we need to apply more of talking, more of discussion, and sometimes letting them have some responsibility with privileges. And I think if we do that, going forward, if we do that, we will see that bringing up our children will be a little easier on us than it's been in the past. Try it, see how it works. Maintain the principles, change the methods, and let's see how it works for you. Shalom, peace. This is Reverend Barnes. Until I come your way again, be blessed.